Good morning, everyone. This is Slavi Younger with Fräsch. I'm one of the founders of Fräsch, and I am so excited for you guys to join me today as we get to talk about our latest exciting partnership. I think I'm going to give it one more minute or so for a few of you guys to join us. The sign-ins keep coming in, so let's give everyone just another minute or so and we'll get going. Thank you, everyone. Okay, everybody, it's 10:02, so let's get going. Thank you so much for joining us today. We greatly appreciate it. Like I mentioned earlier, my name is Slavi Younger, and I am one of the founders of Fräsch. What we are going to be talking about today is our, sorry guys, my system is causing me issues. Okay, sorry, for some reason this wasn't working. Okay, what we're going to be talking today about is our latest addition to the Fräsch family, which is the 1468 partnership that we've put together. So a little bit about 1468. It's a really great design firm out of UK that focuses on couple areas of acoustics. They do a lot of very cool ceiling solutions and also quite a few really interesting dividers. The way we are connected with them is we came across them maybe 6 or so months ago, and we started talking, and it's like we would love to be able to bring this to the US market and show you guys how other ways you can do acoustics, and just their point of view is really just quite great. So before we get going, I have a question. Bear with me, this is kind of just the second time I'm using this question thing, but it's really lovely to know what you guys think. So we would like to know how important is sustainability for your future projects. So if you can click one of the options for us that are very important, somewhat nice to have, or it doesn't come up, not important at all. So I'm just going to give you a few more seconds, guys, to answer. Of course, the reason we are curious to see what you guys say is part of Fräsch's as well as part of 1468 story. 1468 uses a material called PET, or recycled water bottles material, that's highly sound absorbent, but it's made out of 60% recycled material, and then also it's 100% recyclable after. So we got about 78% of you guys voted, and it is, so we can move on. Let's see. And we got very important or somewhat important almost across all the answers. So yes, definitely, I see that very much this matters greatly. I am sorry, guys. I'm not sure why I'm having difficulties with this usually runs really well, but there's other things showing up on my screen. Apologies here. Okay. I'm not sure why it's switching things on me. Apologies again. Okay, hopefully we can go smoothly from here. Apologies. Anyway, so the reason why a sustainability question came up is obviously for the material, which you probably guys are familiar. There's a lot of PET being used, or recycled, plastic essentially being used. But what is really amazing about 1468 design is that they took this to the next level. They have created this interlocking process that actually allows you to use no other glue or no other material to put it together. It also ships flat. It's something that you put together yourself. So we are not adding any extra glue, any extra materials, and also we are transporting it across the world in the most efficient way, which is packed flat. So those are kind of the why it exists, how it's been put together. So now let's do some fun. Let's do the fun part, which is let's look at some few beautiful designs that we are introducing. First one, what we'll go through is a few of the ceiling options. Right here is a timber. It's a really lovely take on traditional baffle. It is, like we said, interlocks, and we offer 20 different colors that you can choose from. So obviously, sky's the limit to what kind of ceiling and the final look you get based on the color you choose and how you decide to position these. The next one is one of my favorites, is called Harmony. The Harmony product can be either perforated, like you see here, or you can go with a solid piece. Again, it is interlocking technology that ships flat. To speak a little bit on acoustics is, as you guys probably know, material is crucial as far as acoustics. But the next thing is the shape, what's called diffusion, or what you do with the material, right? So something like the Harmony is a fantastic option to put in places where you're trying to control a reverberation. And if you put it, let's say, over conference tables or places of conversation, what this kind of dome-like shape will do for you is it grabs the sound waves and kind of traps them in this dome before they have a chance to travel and bounce all over the place. So keep this in mind, that this kind of shape that's made out of highly sound absorbent material does magic for really controlling how much reverberation you get through the space. Do is another fun one. It's circles that you can interlock. Really, sky's the limit to what you can do. I'm talking really here, we kind of end up moving from just a functional ceiling to a functional ceiling that really ends up looking like a work of art. And who doesn't love that, right? We in general love the idea of always having something that enhances the design intent, but it also helps with how the space will be used. But sort of the beautiful thing, and then the acoustics is the vegetables, if you will. Okay, next question I have for you: what product category are you most interested in? So if you can choose between the categories that we have some offering in a space, we would love to hear from you. Is it ceiling? Is it space? Is it lighting? And I know the 1468 guys also pay attention to these things a lot. And this, just like for us, for them, it definitely informs where the focus goes, what may be the next thing that they will put together and make available to us. The votes are coming back very similar to, we did this class, the first one last week, and the breakdown is pretty similar to last week, and if you can believe it, slightly surprised us. It's 58% towards space division. I guess it's not surprising, right? We are all trying to figure out how we can assist all of our customers getting back into their office space and sort of creating safety and a space that's usable and private. Also creates the division that we unfortunately have to keep healthy. Makes sense. It just, for our world, it's ceilings all the way, all the time. So this is kind of an interesting thing, and And it really actually makes me feel really glad that I made that we included this in the process. I don't know why every time I start and stop the poll, it goes away from my presentation. Sorry, guys. Apologies for that. Anyway, so you guys said space. So let's take a look at a few of really fun and innovative way to divide the space. First one is groove. And I will keep repeating this interlocking technology. Things can be whatever you want it to be. This is a fantastic example of this, right? You can build it up as big, as small as you need. You know, you can definitely control the openings and things like that. With acoustics, you know, sometimes people are wondering like, well, what happens since there's holes? Well, what really matters in acoustics is how many square feet of the material were you able to put into the space. So as far as sound absorption, this is very sound absorbent because you're adding a lot of geometry and which is diffusion, but you also have a lot of material in a small square footage that will do that. The next one is Kaya, which is a little different in the sense that this one allows you to truly create privacy. You can also layer this piece up to 4 pieces internally. So we're talking about really, really robust possibility, highly sound absorbent, again for the same rules, because this allows you to put a large square footage of this highly sound absorbent material into your space. It will definitely change how this works. And again, colors, a lot of flexibility there, for sure. This guy, you know, this is the fun guy. So this is Synergy. You know, this again comes in flat, you put it together. This is definitely a perfect spot for creating sort of a office within an office if you need, or that zen relaxing space, and definitely a statement piece, right? So if you have a customer that really wants something that you know will be the discussion, the talking point in their cool space, this guy is it for sure. Here's a smaller version, personal version of the same idea. This one's called Hide. You know, it's definitely, I can see this in really cool offices, libraries, all kinds of different things. You know, obviously this is light, can be moved very easily, can be assembled quite simply. You can use it as a wayfinder just with the colors you choose and the groupings you do. You know, so it's definitely a really quick and easy way to get division and also privacy going. So acoustical lighting, I think there's one more divider for tables, which I'm not sure. You can definitely check it out on our website, and we can certainly talk a little more about that. But the final thing that I wanted to close off is a little bit of lighting. So the lighting that we, you know, when we start talking to 1468, they don't do lighting. You guys that are familiar with Fräsch, you also know we have a acoustical lighting series. So when we saw glow and timber, like, oh, these are perfect to have the extension available into the lighting world as well. So here you see sort of our take on what the lighting would look like. We have, you know, obviously Harmony on the left already looks a lot like a light fixture, so that's an easy one. Again, what you will do in this space, you're very much controlling how far the conversation can travel and escape from what's, you know, when it's placed over the conversation, plus you're providing the lighting. You can also check it out on our website. We have a gorgeous image of what the lighting looks like with all the perforation, all the lights and shadows, and all of that. It's really very beautiful. And then timber, you know, timber, we put our linear tubular light that we actually use for our other product called Ben Light. You know, it's kind of sort of more of an ambient lighting, kind of creates a sort of a different sort of atmosphere, but it certainly looks very cool. And obviously you can mix and match these. You can do some that are with lights, some without. It's certainly up to you what you'd like to do with those. As I touched on this before, a lot of colors are available. Here's some of them, and actually we have had a discussion of upping this, so I think we are introducing few more, if you can believe it. So, you know, you can definitely, hopefully, be happy with the choices we've made, and find find just the right thing that would work for you. And just for fun, this is more of a fun question here. Any of these colors you would go for in your next projects? I love that Laura, our marketing director, built this presentation. Of course, she picked the craziest ones, but I'm sure we're talking a lot of designers and out there, and you probably heard this before, is that we all have to have 50 colors just to sell and provide lots of gray. Because unfortunately, so often, we have to do neutrals, and just a few of those fun ones just get thrown in just for a little accent here and there, which does make sense. But oh boy, the lemon definitely will catch your eye. That is for sure. Teal is winning, guys. So you guys, 31% is into teal. So yay for teal. All right. It did this again. Sorry. Let's see. Okay. So I know this comes up. So I was like, let's throw all the important information in the thing because this is a very important point for everyone. What is the cost? So as you guys know, the guys that are familiar with Fräsch, our goal always is, how do we create unique, special things, but make it in a way where more people have more budgets, more project can partake, right? So this is very fairly priced product. We are located in Dallas, Texas. We manufacture everything here. So we have everything. You'll be pleasantly surprised. You can get the price points from your local rep, or you can reach out to us and we can give you the price lists for all the products, so you can definitely check it out. But I think you will be very pleasantly surprised. And another important slide, cleanability and disinfection. So one beautiful thing about PET or the acoustical felt is that it can be cleaned. It can also be disinfected to CDC guidelines to remove any, anything like COVID and such. The only difference between cleaning hard surfaces versus PET felt falls probably more closer to like what you would consider a fabric, is that instead of wiping, you spray and let it dry. The studies also show that in general, the germs live on the soft surfaces only about a couple of hours versus a couple of days. Again, and many common things like Lysol sprays and things like that will disinfect the things. And the last very cool thing about cleaning this material, you can actually do a bleach mixture cleaning. You don't need to worry about damaging it. This is, it's made out of recycled material, and it's made out of the material that is the color that the material is. So it's colored through. This is not colored later. So you don't need to worry about damaging the color itself. Okay, our last question of the day is, can you see yourself using some of the stuff we've just showed you in your future projects? We like to see, is this something that fits within anything you might be working on? Did we do a good impression on you? Do you want to come and play with us? All the good stuff. So tell us the truth, but make us feel good. That's always nice. Which the answers I'm getting a lot of absolutely. You guys are just nice. I don't know. I can't see your faces. If there's smirks or what you think. But I'm glad to see that you guys are enjoying this. And stay with us, keep looking at what we do. We are prolific design company. There's constantly something new that we're coming up with. We definitely, I can tell you, us on the sales and marketing things, we don't have the problem of having to go to our customers yet with the same thing. We actually have the opposite, which is we can barely keep up with everything that we have available and keep up with everything that's going on, just primarily because our fearless leader, Gary Nightingale, the other founder of Fräsch, is really truly a prolific product designer, and his brain just never turns off. And now we connected with 1468 here, which these guys are built in very similar fashion. So they're always coming up with something really new and fun out there. So that's it for me. I really appreciate you guys joining us. This is kind of, we have a few minutes to answer any questions you may have. You can type those in the question section, and we can answer them live here, or we can also email you back with any answer, anything that you have. We've kind of perfected the presentations, the questions we've been asked before, which was pricing, cleanability, things like that. We've made sure to include. But if there's anything we've missed, please do let us know. Laura, can you help me with, are there any questions that it makes sense for me to answer live? Because I never can see these things very well.
Hi, Slavi. The one question you can answer is price points. I know you briefly touched on that.
Okay. Yeah. So it's very. I would say it's sort of middle of the ground. Please reach out to our reps, and they'll give you the price list. I don't actually have them memorized, but they will come. You'll be pleasantly surprised. They will come. They will come probably lower than you're expecting. You can certainly consider these on a lot of your projects. I know I'm kind of talking around it. I don't have the prices memorized, unfortunately, just yet, but we can get them to you easily. Okay, I think that's it. Apologies for a little bit of a technical issues. Not sure. Usually it runs so smoothly. I'm not sure why my computer wasn't cooperating today. Oh, I see one more about lead time. So in general, at Fräsch, we shoot for 3 to 4 week lead time. We try to be quite aggressive on that, and that is our plan as we release this new line. So think 3 to 4 weeks. Obviously, if you have substantial, larger size volume, things like that, it's always good to give us a little more time, but that's usually how long it takes us from the time we receive the PO is 3 to 4 weeks to get things shipped out of Dallas. Okay, if there's any more questions, you can certainly type them in. We will answer them for you, but I'm going to log in now. I appreciate your time. Thank you. And I'm really excited to get to work with many of you on some of your upcoming projects, and hopefully some of these beautiful pieces get to end up in those. Thanks again. Have a good one.